Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to Jargon Free Help. So this week I wanted to give you a bit of a roundup of tutorials that I've done, an app that I've been using that I think is really great, and also a job that I did recently, a live streaming job that I think is really cool. Now, Jargon Free Help is fast approaching its 500th video here on YouTube, and to celebrate I want to do something a bit different, and I've been thinking maybe I'll do that as a live stream. So I'd like to hear what you think. So do drop me a line. Just put something in the comments below, hopefully something nice. Also, whilst you're there, if you might want to like, share and subscribe this as well. I will put in the description here a link to all the tutorials and the job that I did as well below here. So you can find everything that I'm talking about right there. So this week I did actually do some on some Excel. So I did some videos on converting text into numbers and numbers into text, which could be something that if you're importing data, you might need to do, such as a telephone number that comes in. It comes in as a number, maybe dropping the zeros off the front and removing hyphens and things like that in the number, and you want to put those back. So you want to convert a number into text. Or maybe you've imported some dates. So I imported some information off of YouTube about all of my videos, and when I wanted to get the date from it, particularly the year, it was doing it as text, and I wanted to convert that into a number because I was working out averages and things like that and wanted it for criteria. So I've got those two videos, you can see those below. And whilst I was doing that, there was another video that I did on Excel as well, a feature that I think is really, really useful, which used to be called autofill, they just now call it fill. That's where you click on the bottom right hand corner of a cell and you can click and drag. So you can create a series, you can copy formulas as well. But it copies the formatting. And I have found this particularly frustrating if I've got borders in there and then I copy and paste, or rather autofill, and it messes up the formatting of the borders. But there's a way around that, and that is to right click and drag, and then you get an option to fill without formatting. There is also an option there to fill with formatting as well. So that can be useful in itself if you just want to copy formatting down very easily. So they are the Excel ones. I think they're really useful. If you want to know more, do look at the links below. So another link I've got below is actually to a video that you'll find on the Institute of Mechanical Engineers website. And the reason I've put that there is I did the live stream for it. It was with Sir Patrick Vallance. If you don't know who he is, he's our UK scientific officer, chief scientific officer. He's the guy who advises the government on how to deal with COVID and all sorts of other things to do with science and engineering. And what he was talking about was the role of engineering in our world, in society, and how that can really help us. And something that was really interesting, actually, he wasn't just talking about COVID, which he advises on, but one thing that he did point out was that it's great what the scientists and medicine did in developing the vaccine, but it was the engineers who worked out how to mass produce it and get, I believe it was 8 billion doses all around the world. That's quite an accomplishment by that whole science, medical and engineering community. But there's many others, and he talks about SAGE, which is the Scientific Advisory Group for Emergencies, and how that advises the government and how that comes together. So you might find that interesting as well. So speaking of videoing and live streaming and all that kind of thing, I've been using this app on my iPhone called DoubleTake. It's made by a company called Filmic, and it is an app that can record two cameras at once on your iPhone. And so if you've got an iPhone like this, which has got 3 lenses, like this iPhone 11 Pro, then you can choose to record with 2 lenses at the same time. So perhaps I want to be showing something, I want to have a wide angle and a close-up, I can record that at the same time and then choose which one is best later. So this is great if you're recording interviews, and you can have this and you can be interviewing someone, you can have, say, a wide angle or even the ultra wide and a telephoto, and then you can cut between them later. Because using it in discrete mode, you can actually record 2 separate files. Now, I've got a video on this and it explains the discrete mode, picture-in-picture and split screen as well in more detail. The picture-in-picture and split screen record it as one file, whereas discrete are 2 different files, and then you can do what you like with them afterwards, and they line up perfectly. So you can also use the camera on this side, so if you've only got one or even the three, and you could also use the one on the front here, which you might think of as your selfie camera. So you could also be doing an interview like that. You could maybe be showing something and people could see you as well. And I've got to say, I'm using this more and more. You're probably wondering what I've got here. This is my stabilizer. So this is great for using it with the phone when you're videoing, because as you're kind of moving around and perhaps walking, it just smooths it out, giving that nice, smooth kind of look. You know, a bit like when you're watching movies and TV, you may have heard of Steadicam. Well, this is called a gimbal. It's actually made by a company called DJI. They're doing loads of these kind of things, even for big professional cameras, which I use as well. And this is the Osmo Mobile 3. There's newer models, the 4 and the 5, and they have other features as well. But this is great. It just keeps things steady. So if you're moving around like this. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this. Please do like, share and subscribe and come back for more. As I said, I've got lots of videos on my channel and you guessed it, nearly 500. So do get in touch. Please do tell me what you would like to see. And also if you're interested in training, needing some help, do get in touch with me as well. Stay safe.